We have done on our own maybe about 30, 40 projects. Large, very large. Buruburu type large. Or maybe smaller, but you get the picture. Not a single one has ever failed. There is not a single one we have never delivered a title deed. Not one. If we realize that we can't be able to complete a project, we refund the money. We call the clients and tell them this one we are not going to complete. For one reason, sometimes the land's office becomes totally crazy or something, but we have never really been unable to complete. But there's one actually this year, small project that we decided to refund back the money. Everybody, we refunded them, but all of them bought in other projects. But we just give you back your check. But it's just one out of about 60. So, because look, we are a public institution. We are a listed company. We have been in operations for a long time. We are regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya. If you write a letter and say that to Central Bank that you've been conned by HF, I'll be summoned. You know, bank CEOs in Kenya are given a license. I don't know whether you know that. Bank CEOs in Kenya are given a license, a personal license to operate a bank. If you mess up, Central Bank withdraws the license. They just write me a letter and say, Kibara, we have cancelled your license. And you can't operate a bank in Kenya again. So there is a personal duty to make sure there is a personal duty to make sure that obviously you run the institution well. I am also licensed by the we are also regulated by the Capital Markets Authority as well. So we must make sure that we do things properly and safely for Kenyans. And if we are not able to do it, we tell you that we are not going to do it to be able to do it. Now, if you have a bigger piece of land and you would like to develop it into an estate, or do you want to sell it and get cash out of it, that's when you come to us. We can either help you to finance you to develop it into an estate for yourself or for sale. Or we can sell it on your behalf. And you can imagine how many people we have ever sold properties to. So we have a large database of people who have bought properties with us. And so it's a lot easier for us to be able to sell property for Kenyans. Some time ago, I met there's an insurance company. They had 100 acres on Mombasa Road. They had tried to sell the 100 acres, and it was very hard to sell it. 100 acres near, somewhere on Mombasa Road. And we asked them, just bring it to us, we'll sell for you. Now it's a beautiful estate on Mombasa Road. We subdivided it, we built infrastructure for them, we supervise the roads, we supervise the sewer lines, power, water, everything. And everybody who pays money to buy the plots pays directly into the insurance company's account, as we are paid fees. This is not our money, it comes directly to the client. We are paid only fees. So that's really our business model. And that is how we do it. I'll take any other question. Please note the questions. I will go now to country. Okay. Yes.
Very quickly on that last point, what are your fees and how big a plot or land? Is there a minimum, 100 acres, 50 acres? Okay. And what are your fees?
Okay. So, what are our fees? Our fees are in the region of about 7% for the project management and about 5% for sales. If you want us to sell for you, but we can do just the project management for you. How much is the land? How big is the land? We prefer, it depends on the location. It depends on the location. If you have some land, just talk to us. We don't have like to say that. What I would say we probably don't do. Let's say a minimum of about 10 acres max, minimum. 5 to 10 acres minimum. Let me just say that. We don't do really the very small tiny projects if we are going to be involved ourselves. But if you have a project, your own plot that you'd like us to help you build, we can finance you even if you are using income from the UK. To build, say, rental houses or a place to live when you go to Kenya, or a property for your relatives, your parents, or whoever it is that we can be able to do. Where we come in to supervise ourselves, the project needs to be slightly larger. Yeah. As I said, I want it to be totally straightforward so that I can be a free man after this.
Mine is with regards to insurance. Yeah. Do you do like group insurance or family insurance? Because I'm trying to find insurance for me and my family here, plus my parents and the 1 or 2 brothers that are left at home, so that we are all covered in one payment or a group insurance, that if anything happens to any of us who are here, those who are here don't have any problem sending me home if it's me. And if anything happens at home, the brothers at home have no problem being able to sort out the, say, funeral arrangements, because we are organizing ourselves to go home. Or if there's health issues, they can take, say, mom home, mom to hospital or dad to hospital without having to worry where the money is coming from. That's what I was trying. I'm trying to look for.
So the answer is yes. We actually do group insurance. We can actually give you insurance as a package for several people in a group, and it's actually generally cheaper. But I will tell you what's possible and what's not. Now, if you're looking for medical insurance, that class of insurance, we are not going to be able to link up yourselves here and the people in Kenya. And the reason is because our medical cover, let's say for instance, the local medical cover covers hospitals in Kenya and maybe abroad. And typically for Kenya, people prefer to go to India because it's a lot cheaper. So if it's medical, you'll have your medical here, and then they can have their own medical cover there. If it's life insurance, you can cover everybody, whether you are in Kenya or not.
So can it be in a way that if I travel home and I get sick home,
yes.
I can still...
Yeah, that is actually part of travel insurance. You can have a medical part of the travel insurance. Because it will be very expensive for you. Let me explain. So, say you are here 10 months, you are in Kenya 1 month. If you take a medical cover for a year, you will pay for a year. And you are in Kenya only 1 month. So we can probably either arrange for you a medical cover for 1 month, which is possible, or a travel insurance that is expanded to cover medical emergency when you're in Kenya. Now, but for the rest of the medical insurance, you can have your medical insurance here, and the Kenyans, people in Kenya can have a medical insurance that covers hospitals in Kenya, and maybe hospitals perhaps in India. Otherwise, hospitals covering for hospitals while in Kenya to bring people to the UK can become very expensive for you. Now, if it's life insurance covers everybody, wherever you are. And last respect, we can do last respect, which is basically the repatriation part and funeral and all that. That can cover you here and the people who are in Kenya at the same time. It's a medical one that is more complicated because some people need to go to hospitals in Kenya. If somebody gets more sick, Kenyans typically go to India and less of the UK. Because it's honestly a lot more expensive here than in India. So we can structure. The short answer is, we can structure something for you. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for such a very informative information. Now, people like us who are in the diaspora, we have been conned so much money. We have a group of 54 people from US, Canada, and here. We bought around 270 acres in Kajiado. Now, we have so many gunmen. A surveyor says, I'm going to subdivide for you. You give a lot of money. When you go, there's no even pecans. Now, in your group, do you have those technical people like surveyors, architects, and other things?
That's actually quite sad because I mean Kenyans have lost a lot of money. People have lost a lot of money in Kenya, and quite frankly, even people in Kenya lose money in Kenya. It's not just yourselves. There are people in Kenya who lose money right in Kenya to conmen. So Our company, our property company, has a full range of professionals. So we have surveyors, we have surveyors, we have planners, we have engineers, we have architects, we have valuers. We have the full range of the people we require. So if we are going to work with you, then we will tell you what we'll be able to do in-house and what we can be able to outsource. But what I can tell you is this. With HF, this company, you have known it as 𝖋𝖓𝖊𝖉, housing finance, all these years, you are not going to lose your property. If it is something we are going to be able to do, we'll tell you we are going to be able to do it. If it is something we are not going to be able to do it for one reason or another, we will also tell you directly. Because there is no personal gain in any one of us to want to rob you and give so that we can benefit government of Kenya, Britain, and 27 other shareholders. There's absolutely no reason to at all. And we are a very let me just say that all the projects we have ever done with our clients, not even a single one they have lost their property. Not even one. And it's thousands upon thousands, thousands of people deal with us every day. The short answer is, do we have the professionals? Yes. We have them. We have all of them. Any kind of profession in Kenya that deals in that, we have. Yes, sir.
Okay, I've got two questions, actually three. The first two are from people online, yeah? Someone online is asking, what's the process of...
What's the process of purchasing shares in HF Group?
That's the first question. The second question is HF Group owned by the government? And now my own question. Do you have a procedure for people who are non-citizens, if they want to buy land, mortgage, or any of your products? Do you have a procedure for that?
The first question is on buying shares. Actually, we are listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. So if you want to buy shares, you just go to your stockbroker in Kenya, and they can be able to buy for you the shares at the prevailing market rate. It's a market. If the price that is available in the market, that's what you buy at. Are we owned by government? Actually, we are owned 10.6% by the government of Kenya, by a combination of National Treasury and NSSF. 10.6%. The public in Kenya, I say 27,000 shareholders, and Britain 48%. That's the ownership of HF. Yeah. Now the third one was on the foreigners. So foreigners owning property in Kenya, you can actually own property in Kenya as a foreigner. The only caveat is you cannot own freehold property. You cannot own freehold property if you are not a Kenyan. You can own leasehold property up to 99 years of lease. So if you want to buy property as a foreigner, normally it needs, if it's freehold, it has to be changed into leasehold, so that then you can buy. But you can't buy if you are more than a freehold property, which is 999 years sort of lease. You can't. Yeah.
Do you have the procedure for that?
For buying the property?
Do you need to acquire the PIN and everything?
Yes, if you are a foreigner, you have to get a PIN, a Kenyan PIN, but you can get a Kenyan PIN. That's not difficult. If we are selling to you a property, yeah, Jennifer.
Yeah, let me answer the question because I'm the one now who handles those. Yeah, so if you're foreign and you want to buy a property, we can finance you. Yeah, so we will ask you for your source of income. You'll need to show us your income. So what we'll ask you for is your identification documents and then your income. And then we are only going to consider 40% of your income. Then you need to be introduced by either a lawyer, or maybe you could have a spouse in Kenya. You need to show us why you're interested in Kenya. Maybe you live there or you have family, or you are just introduced by a lawyer. So that's all we ask for. Yes.
And then everything else is done.
Yes, everything else is done. So if you have those foreigners, my friend, they can own property in Malindi.
Yeah, we've got through lots of foreigners who own properties in, especially the coastal town and Nanyuki. The coastal towns, Diani, Mombasa, Malindi. We have got fantastic properties coming up, by the way, for sale in Malindi and Diani. So you always look for beach property when you come to Kenya. We have a very good property, two properties coming up. 125 acres that we are going to sell spaces for people to build villas right on the beach in Diani, and another one near in Malindi also coming up that we are going to be talking about soon. We haven't finalized the transactions with the owners currently. I had gone to see them just before I left Kenya, and they are quite good. But yes, you can own a property if you're a foreigner. Yeah. You have a question? Okay. I'll come to you.
You said you finance, if I want to build a house, I want to build something, you do finance.
Yes.
To what percentage of finance do you do? Is it 100%, 50%?
It depends on the location, about 70% and 30% you invest. But depending on the location, as I said.
Yeah, thank you very much. My interest is about, you say you can actually develop plots more than 5 acres plus. What about some of those what an acre in a town who wants to go up?
Yeah. That one we can finance you. We can finance you if you have got a quarter of an acre in the town, you want to build it up, we can finance you to build it. You'll obviously use your own contractor. Our part, we will come in to make sure that the money we have financed you has gone into the actual property. We make sure that it must get into that property. So we hire somebody to supervise for that purpose, but not whether the house has been built nicely or not. Yeah, I just wanted to be very straightforward about that. Yeah.
And secondly, how do you, because what I hear today is about individual investments.
Yeah.
How do we support groups? You say something to do with, 1 acre, 2 acres, where you can actually support, as you say now, we are Kenya currently here at the moment, whereby we can actually raise money to have actually the land to be bought. How can you help us? One, actually build a school, internal school. Secondly, and also, we got nurses here who actually can go back home and work in that area. We got qualified teachers. So how can you help a community like in 𝖋𝖓𝖊 here by chairman? We've got a base already set whereby we can actually raise that money through the initiative, so we can build something back at home as a community already. Thank you.
Okay. Excellent, that's very good to hear. So, there are several ways we work with groups. We work with lots of groups, first of all. So we have people, say, for instance, who come together and say they want to build houses in a certain area for themselves. So maybe the land is theirs, we help them to build. Maybe the land is ours, they just want to take part of the land that we are selling, and they build their own community within our own land. We have people, we have financed, actually, there is a hospital in Kericho, just to give an example, that is owned by a group of people. We finance them to build the hospital. So we work with many different groups. It depends on your group objectives, what you would like to do, and then we come with you, to you, and then we work out a solution for you. We may have, and we ask, you know what God asked Moses? What did God ask Moses? What do you have in your hands? That's what we normally ask. What you come with is what we work with as a group. So you come, you tell us we've got this land, you want to build it up, then we can be able to work with you as a group or as an individual. We deal with lots and lots of groups, from even Kenyan groups, actually, by the way, especially women. Women in Kenya are attacking chairs. Do you know most of the properties we are selling in Kenya, like 60 to 70%, are being bought by women? It's amazing. Tupige women wanawake makofi. Yeah, it's interesting. Our men, I think, wametosheka. Contentment, godliness with contentment is.
Okay, just, yeah. I'll take just a few questions, then we can carry on, because we have got quite a bit to cover.
Thank you. I just want to ask, if you own a property here, can I put my property here as a security for a property in Kenya?
I'll explain to you about that.
Actually, you can, but it's a little bit more complicated. Because you need to go to your bank, pledge that property as security, they'll give you a guarantee, you'll get us that guarantee, and then we finance you on the basis of that guarantee from your bank. That's how it works.
How about if it's already fully paid?
Even if it's fully paid, because we can't be able to recover from here. So you have to go to the bank, they give you a guarantee from your property. A guarantee is a lot cheaper, it's not like a loan. Once you bring out that guarantee, we'll give you money in Kenya. Yeah, that's how it works.
I want to ask, is there an age limit to the finance? And also, if somebody is on pension here, would you take that into account?
Yeah.
So is there an age limit? Actually, the age limit is normally with the insurance company. Because we normally insure all our loans. So we are financing today 80-year-olds and older people, sorry, not old people, older people. But usually the insurance companies will charge more premium for what we call credit life insurance for the person. So what we like to advise is, if you're going to borrow and you're older, borrow under a company and have a mix of younger and older people, older directors. That way then you can be able to kind of circumvent that, because then the combination of that is better. But you come in as an 80-year-old borrowing as a person, the insurance premium is very high and we'll need it. You borrow more mainly as a company. Now, if you're a pensioner, and whether we can use your pension in Kenya, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Just wanted to ask, if you finance, like for example, the 70%, what are the terms? Like for example, how many years will you need to repay the 70%?
Okay. So if you're going to take a mortgage, we may do a maximum of 20 years. Whether you'd like to have a loan for 20 years is a different story, but you can do 20 years. Yeah. If you're borrowing, by the way, with a Kenyan ID, and you're borrowing below 10 million, you can borrow at 9.5%. Even it's a house for staying in. Yeah, because there's a government, we have got government, there is funding called Kenya Mortgage Finance Company that gives us funding to lend to people who are investing in houses below 10 million. Yeah, and we have a lot of that money at HF, billions of shillings.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Christian. I just wanted to ask, if I have a piece of land and I've got the picture, and I want you to finance me to build some houses, do I need any deposit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do actually. You need to put in your money in first. And it depends on the location, it could be anywhere between 20 and 30%. Yeah, but typically about 20 to 30. Yeah.
I'll come to you. Let me take this last question, because a lot of the questions you'll ask will be answered in subsequent. Yeah.
In terms of the projects that you intend to initiate in Mombasa, like Diani Beach, do you intend to initiate any projects like around 𝖋𝖔𝖔𝖍𝖌𝖊, which is the north side of Mombasa? You mentioned about Malindi, which is further north, but north, because I come from Mombasa, so that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Well, it's a good idea to initiate in Diani, but also we've got any plan to initiate in 𝖋𝖔𝖍𝖍.
We have a property we are looking at around where we have the 𝖕𝖆𝖛𝖐𝖎 area. Yeah, around the 𝖕𝖆𝖛𝖐𝖎 area, yes. We have one that we are looking at. It's a little bit far off, maybe about another 3-4 months to go. The ones that I talked about are closer. Yeah, but there's one around 𝖕𝖆𝖛𝖐𝖎 that I actually had gone to see myself, just very near the sea. On the right side as you're going towards Malindi, on the right side. As you pass it, the 𝖕𝖆𝖛𝖐𝖎 is usually the side is on the left, on the right side towards the sea. Yeah. Yeah, let's take one more question.
I wanted to find out, do you finance agricultural land, and how much do you
payments in terms of percentage. We can finance agricultural land, but you would have to secure it with some other property. Yeah, you'd have to, maybe if you have the property and you'd like to buy agricultural land, we will use that other property to secure the agricultural land. Yeah, but agriculture in Kenya, unless you are really recognizing, it's not, the incomes are not as reliable, so we kind of are a lot more conservative around that. Yeah, what we call primary agriculture. Good country. I'll talk very quickly about our country so that then. So generally speaking, I know. I mean, when you see online, it's very easy to think that the country is actually ending. It's very easy to think about the country ending. But I just want to tell you this: I don't speak for the government of Kenya. I am a professional. I've been a banker for 31 years. Over these years, and I've seen our country over those many years. I've lived in Kenya all the years of my life. I just travel once in a while, but I live in Kenya. So I just want first to assure you Kenya will hold together. We are annoyed a lot. We are annoyed a lot as a group, but I absolutely believe that Kenya will hold together. We just get noisy, then we come down, then we noisy. You know, the other day, some people came. We work with companies in India to develop technology for our bank. So they come to the bank, so they work together alongside our people. So right now we have got maybe like 6-7 people from India, but they exchange like that every time. And I also go to India maybe every 3 months to just follow up on the projects we are doing there. It's a lot cheaper, to be quite honest. So there's some Indian people who came in to visit us when there was the last Mandamano. And so they arrived a day before the Mandamano. And they were calling home to be evacuated because because it looked like the country was ending. And we were telling them, just calm down, it's okay. Personally, I was calling them when I was in the office. It was total tear gas outside and I was working. So they called home and said they want to be evacuated, the country is in total turmoil. So after the day of the Mandamano, the last day, I called them the following day and told them, come to work, Mandamano is over. So they refused, they were too scared. Totally scared. So we gave them a day off and told them, okay, you just relax in the hotel, then try to come tomorrow. So in the afternoon they went round and they found actually it's okay. So they came to work the following day and they were totally shocked that one day things are totally out of hand. And the following day, okay. I'm not saying it's a good thing, all I'm saying is the country will hold together. So generally this has been our story. So interest rates have been coming down significantly. Right now we are at 1 year treasury bills is at about 10 there. Actually this was December. It's come down now to 9. About 9 or so percent, 1 year TBA. So rates have come down. Now this is actually good. This is actually good, but I'll tell you something else about the country. This is a good thing because it kind of reduces the cost of borrowing for most people, and therefore money can now be. It was basically the government competing with the local companies for funding in the economy. So the less the interest rates are, the more people are able to borrow cheaply, and therefore the economy can be able to grow faster. Now, the dollar, we are more dollar. Kind of economy, but it's been very stable actually. For 1 year or so, we have actually been in the region of 29. And this is the amount of export cover that the government of the central bank is holding, now at 5.1. This was a little bit older, but like even now, last week, I heard the minister saying it's about 5 months of import cover. This is a very important number. It means that we have got enough sufficient dollar holdings to cover for our expenses as a country, and that's actually quite good. Now the next thing is, you can see also this is the inflation. Inflation has been coming down. It went down all the way to 2.7%, and then has been going up a little. Now it's about 4%, 4.1, which is still very low for a country in Africa. And below the target range of about 5, which is what the government of Kenya targets. So inflation has been going down, driven mainly by the fact that there is food. God has also been gracious, it's been raining. Now, That's what, let me tell you what I think as a person. So why is it that people say the economy is difficult, but actually all the indicators are okay? Currency is fine, it's stable, inflation is low, diaspora people are sending 650 billion a year. Congratulations, by the way, that's quite good. We thank you very much. and interest rates are coming down. So generally, why do people complain a lot that there is no money? Now, I will tell you something that I don't think is not a view of the bank or of the government of Kenya. But I can tell you, I think Kenya, we have more of a confidence problem than a real problem. So I think generally that people, and this is what I believe, that people are waiting for a problem, and they have been waiting for a problem to come, and so they hold back. They hold back. Like if you look at banks, the savings levels in Kenya, people are pumping in money into banks to keep for a rainy day. So we are holding so much money. Deposits in banks are growing. As people fail to spend, and they put the money in the bank, maybe expecting that it's going to be a problem, but actually that problem might never come. Because the general indicators generally are okay, from a purely economic perspective. Now, do we have problems as a country? Yes, we do, of course. We still have very high debt, generally. But if you look at the repayments over the next, say, at least the next 12 months, they are not that steep. They are not really that steep that we can't be able to pay as a country, from where I sit from. I was actually looking at that last week. So I believe that we should more improve our confidence in the country, because I believe that we have more of a confidence problem than a real actual problem. When people don't have a confidence, even as a family, what do? When you're not confident about the opportunities you see as a family, what do? You hold on, and then what else? You save more, you are more doubtful, you are more measured in the things that you do. Yeah, that's me who I put it. I've just put it off, yeah. I'll put it off deliberately. So, that I think, at least on the horizon, of course there is the elections coming up in 2027, it's going to be a lot more heated, perhaps than before. But I honestly believe that the country is going to hold together. It has held together in very difficult times, and it still will hold together and remain strong. So when people ask me, so should we invest or not? Actually, when the people are least pessimistic, that is the time to invest. When people are generally least pessimistic. Now, it takes courage. One time a friend called me, and that was last year. Last year? Yes, I think last year. He told me, Kenya Power shares are 1 bob. And maybe you know the friend, he's one of the politicians in Kenya. He told me shares in Kenya Power are 1 shilling. Let's buy. Let us buy. We did the math and we realized actually things would be fine. And we bought. They were 1 shilling. Who knows how much is the price of Kenya Power shares now? It's at least above that 8.5. It's about 14 now. Yeah. It's probably 15 or something. I've even lost count. Now that friend of mine bought shares worth 5% of the company. He bought shares worth 5% of the company last year. Early last year. If I wasn't, I'm not licensed as a financial advisor, but I can tell you what to buy today that everybody is scared about and nothing is going to happen. I can't say because I'm not a licensed financial advisor. But if you just look at the stable companies in Kenya, anyway, let me just not be able to talk about that, because then if something goes wrong, you say, hey, somebody from the bank came here. But I can tell you something. Let me tell you something, people from of RØDE. the country you come from has a lot more opportunities than you actually think. It does. I have so my family is in mining. That's mining. I come from a business community. Who has ever heard of 𝖷𝖆𝖊𝖉? 𝖷𝖆𝖊𝖉 is where I come from. So I come from. I am in a family that does a bit of mining. And why we got into mining is that I met an Indian friend, an old friend, about 10 years, or a person who's been a friend for over 10 years. And he told me, Robert, if you come from a country that has so much minerals, and you remain poor, you can't even blame God. Do you know how much minerals there is in Kenya? There is virtually any mineral that you know about. Very few are not. There is gold, there is copper, there is coal, there is cobalt, there is gypsum, there is... Soapstone is not even a mineral. There is okay, it is a mineral, but there is marble, there is granite, there is iron ore, there is manganese, there is lead, there is zinc. Salt is... there is gypsum, actually. There is bauxite. It's unbelievable how much we actually own. And you know what minerals, what you do? You dig and sell. Anyway, so generally, we have a growing economy. We are going to grow this year by about 5.1%. We have stability in macros. There is a lot of infrastructure development that has happened over the last few years. It's not as best as it is here, but I've been to almost maybe like 20 or so African countries, and I see the infrastructure we have in Kenya in very few African countries. There's a lot of resurgence now in the real estate sector, especially the lower end, digitization and improvement of government services. Generally speaking, now, do we have our problems? Yes, we do. We have corruption. And things sometimes don't work, and sometimes they have been made not to work. But the reality is that actually Kenya still presents a big opportunity. Why do people come from all over the world to come to Africa to look for opportunities? It's because there is actually some opportunities. Now, I'm not saying you funga 𝖊𝖊𝖍𝖔𝖐 tomorrow and move back to Kenya, but I'm just saying that it's okay to actually invest in your country, and there is opportunities here. Now, somebody talked about, so I'm going to talk about the fields that I believe are the most growing areas of our economy. The first one is education. This is actually quite big. Who knows? I know everyone here comes from some village, some place in Kenya. How many new schools have been built there over the last 10 years? Are there that many new schools, full school in your village? Public schools. Public schools? Most likely none. But there are many private schools. But when I talk about education, I'm not even talking about schools. That whole environment of education. As a bank, we finance people who do school uniforms. Many companies, they do actually very well. They shona. Have you ever tried to buy a uniform in Nairobi? It's pretty expensive, isn't it? We finance people who do, now there is a change of program to this, it's called C? Yeah. And that change also has presented a lot of opportunities for people. So we are now helping schools to build classes. But even the people, and then there is also the middle class who are looking for these other different programs other than the Kenyan government programs. So there are a lot of people who are looking for GCIB, the problem, you know them.
Yeah.
And people are looking at that. But this, just by the sheer number of people who are born in Kenya and the importance that people place on education, it's actually a very big opportunity. So we finance a lot of schools ourselves. Sorry. We finance plenty of schools ourselves. This is actually a school that we have built. We have financed in, sorry, is it? No, it's in Komarok. It's in Komarok. And we finance many other schools. But if you're looking at an opportunity to invest in Kenya, education is one of the areas. Good quality education, but you have to be patient. Education money is not made in a day, but it's still a big opportunity because the sheer number of kids who are being born, especially in the cities. So if you are going to invest in a school, don't invest in the rural areas, invest in cities. Why? A city like Nairobi, we receive at least 500,000 people every year, net. The ones who come to Nairobi are more. But some people die, others go back to the village, retired, and all that. So net, at least 500,000. Think about estates like the new estates that you didn't even know about. Utawala, have you been there? Katani, that side, Syokimau, Kenyatta Road, Kiganjo Road. All those new places you didn't even know about. Who lives in those people? Who lives in those places? The new people who are arriving in the city are adding to that capacity. So there is a lot of opportunity there. The other area is digitization of services. See here, if you look at here in the UK, things actually work. You get into a train, you get a card, tap, I'm going to alight at a Reading train station, you tap again, and off. A lot of our things are still very manual. Now, what I see is the people who come in and digitize these services in Kenya are mainly foreigners. Then we start complaining. A lot of government services have been digitized now, but there is still so much else to be digitized today. Let me just tell you a story. Let me ask you a question. The people who have kids in school today here in Kenya, how are you able to tell what your child did today here in the UK? How are you able to tell what your child did today in school? The school has a portal that you can log in. Do you know how in Kenya you get to know what the school did today? There is a book. There is a book that the teacher writes. So the teacher has to write like 30-something books about what your child did. And then you come and read, then you write that I have checked homework. Then it goes back. Now that's the people who are here in tech, that's a big an opportunity. If you want to know, I'm sure you've had a patient in hospital. If you want to know how much is the bill that you are incurring every day at the hospital, how do you tell in Kenya? You go to the cash office and ask, mgonjwa anaitwa so and so, bed number this, then unaambiwa bill. And often you have to check, unakuta wameka vitu. So my point is, there is a lot of opportunity for digitalization. Lots. Maybe in tech, it's a big opportunity. Big. If you walk into any shop, any town, and walk in, how does the person selling know how much stock they have? How much are they able to tell? How much stock they actually have? I'm not talking about here. I'm not talking about in Kenya. Take a hardware shop, any, and walk in and say nataka simiti 10. So what is left? How is the person able to know? Actually, they don't know. That's the answer. That's the right answer. All your answers were wrong. Actually, we did a research the other day. Most shopkeepers don't know what's in their shop because it's impossible to count. And it's people writing a book, receipt. Digitization of services. So, if you're looking to invest in your tech, that's an area. The other one is health. Health is a big area. I know the government is really trying its best under the new program, but the government cannot really be able to pay for everybody's health requirements. And there are so many people who have to keep going to India and other places for health. And this will get for us because our population is growing fast. We are not like Europe. The machine that makes babies in Kenya is active. It milks the babies like this, and that's a good thing. But it also presents an opportunity for health services. You know, I normally advise people, if you're here in the UK and you're looking to help somebody in Kenya, your relative, to support them, don't buy them a matatu. Buy them an ambulance. And tell them to take it to the next hospital. And tell the hospital, if somebody is sick, just call me, this is my number. They will not reach evening before they are called several times. Because chances are the ambulance for the local hospital is broken down. And the ambulance only moves when it has a patient. So your relative will not go Zurura with the ambulance unless they are crazy. So my point is, there's somebody in Yeri, by the way, who has set up an ICU. ICU only. Have a person, they are waiting for surgery, they need ICU, they come here, ICU facilities, and then they go to hospital, they come back to the ICU. So there's not enough ICU beds. And people have set up places for dialysis only. Only. So you don't have to actually think about a lot. That you have to think about a whole hospital. You can start somewhere. And I know there's a lot of health workers here in RØDE and in the UK. So if you ever want to invest in Kenya, start somewhere, just a small space, and just get started. The people who have hospital systems, health systems, there's a lot that you can be able to do. We have financed lots of hospitals ourselves, like this one. Finance a cancer center. So we have financed lots of hospitals, and we do that, and we can work with you if you ever want. Either as a person or as a group. There was a question about groups. Yeah, question.
I was going to ask, do things like mental health hospitals exist, and are they also part of this health thing we're talking about?
Actually, mental health is a big opportunity. It's a very, very big opportunity. Even us as a company, we have got 70% of our staff members are young people. We have about 800 staff members, out of which about 70% are very young people. And now people are really, a lot of the young people, and I'm sorry to say that, don't stone me, we are a Gen Z sitting here. I have Gen Zs myself in my house. And they are not as Sugunite as us. You know, Sugu. They are not. So for me, if you find me something worrying me, the world is about to end. You know, the other day I went for an interview for CEOs, and I was asked, so as a CEO, what keeps you awake at night? And I told them I'll actually be very honest, nothing keeps me awake at night, I sleep. I normally actually sleep. But to the younger people we have, I mean, I was talking to my own children earlier today in the day, we have to keep kind of spurring them on. But on a serious note, mental health is a big issue. It's a big issue even for us and for our country. And the opportunities for either hospitals or just services, or even digital services that support people on mental health are actually would be very helpful and very important in Kenya. And that's another opportunity. That's another opportunity. So health is big, and we are also big in health. We are actually very, very big in health. Yeah? Okay, I'm told the restaurant will be closing, so we may need to take a break so that people can get some food. And then, I hope we can be able to come back. I'll be a lot faster. I think I have just a few more slides to finish. But I would like to leave here having made you make up your mind that you come from a good country. And then if you identify any of these opportunities, talk to us. We know this country quite well, and we can support you to grow and prosper in all the areas that you'd like to invest in. So I'd like to ask then that hand over to Jennifer so that you can guide us, or I don't know who is going to guide us. The restaurant will be closing, so we don't want our food to be closed in. We are Kenyans, we don't normally. We don't want our food to be locked in for sure. And then we can proceed from there on after that. Actually, you can just ask that. Once you get your food, just come back, and then you can just carry on in the next few minutes. Jennifer.
Okay, so we're going to use Halima. You want to comment on the food?
Thank you very much to the Wapi Makofi CEO, Robert Kibara. He's done very well for us. Yeah? Ama Makofi tunaenda nayo nyumbani. We have to give him his clap and applause and thanks. Asante sana, Bwana Robert, for that, and we know we are going to continue with you. Now, we're going to call on how we are going to exit and go into the dining area, pick up your meal, and then come inside. The dining area is just going to be on the right-hand side from this room. So, but we're going to exit. Left. No, not me now. You have to check. Yeah, you see, you say this way, but you mean this way. So left-hand side. Yes. From right here, just the door right there. Yeah. But we will call on each table or on just one side, one by one, and then once they picked up, they come in, and then the next ones go in. So we're just going to wait a few minutes while the team is just getting set up to get that all going. And while that is going, in a few minutes, we want to recognize some people that have also joined us here. We really want to recognize a family here that came all the way from Gloucester. Please, makofi kwa somebody heard that HSC group was here and they wanted to come. Please stand. Come on. They came all the way from Gloucester and they just saw this from Tandao. They were not even, directly invited by some, but they saw that and they came in. They have interest with HF group and they are here today. So makofi. And we also want to really recognize we've got very great people here today. I can see Chairman Lucas here, Miss Karen, Mr. B is here. And these people brought us 𝖋𝖓𝖆 UK, and it was hot there. I don't know about you, it was raining, but we cooled down the rain. And it was fire and beautiful. Their HFC group was with us there, and awesome. So Bwana Lucas, we'll just give you 2 minutes. Salimia tu watu while the meal is getting set. Thank you.
I'm Jambo wa Kenya. My name is Lucas Kamau. I'm the CEO of Blue Vision Realtors and Vision One Services. And Jennifer, I've known her for some time. This is a bank that I bank with in Kenya. I do business with them. So I can assure you that you're in good hands. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jaboni. My name is Karen 𝖋𝖓𝖆𝖌𝖊. I'm the CEO of 𝖋𝖓𝖆𝖊𝖉. Kama mlikuja 𝖋𝖓𝖆𝖊𝖉, asanteni sana. Na HF Group, thank you for your sponsorship and partnering with us. And we look forward to more partnerships next year. The date is out next year, 23rd of May. It's a bank holiday weekend. Karibuni 𝖋𝖓𝖆𝖊𝖉, and thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, you sir too? Yeah. All right. It's nice when you see very shy girls like Karen. Akiwa huko amenyamaza kati ya watu, you think she knows nothing. And then she comes up, boom, and there's 𝖋𝖓𝖆 UK, 4,000 people. Awesome. Karen and your team, thank you so much. We had a splendid time. Minus the rain, we were still going to stay there. Yeah? So we're going to start with this table here. And I think from the door, from that side, and then this table will follow. So if we start from there, the gentleman at the door will show you which way to go. And we'll enjoy some music and conversations. Please, if you're here, you have an account.
that while they're going on and you have an account that you would like to be sorted out, you already hold an account with HF Group, and I'll start with them. You're going to see Jane outside there, and Jane will speak to you. So while this is going on, we can also get some other things done. Accounts, you can go to Jane on the outside, and the lady there will start. So please, if anyone wants to open an account, does anybody want to open an account with HF Group? Anyone wishes to open? You have, do you have the QR code? Please. I think accounts leo tustoke huku bila account. Don't go without an account because you don't want to be left out on the next level of investment. So there's a QR code on the table if you're looking to open an account. But if you have one already and need some sorting out over there. Already you share your box. So if you have an account, it will Because I know you. Do you remember me? From somewhere? Not really. I thought I was famous in Reading, 𝖲𝖏𝖍𝖐 sana. So anyway, Gladys, I know you, and I know it's your birthday today. Mutandao is very bad. It anikas everything. Everything. Imagine how I got to know. Who did you tell, or where did you say it? Because if you don't know me, the only way I know you is Mutandao. And the Kenyan famous, we are at Mutandao. Yeah? So today we are going to use knowing it's your birthday for a goodwill. So please, let's sing happy birthday for Gladys. Because she's here with us and she's celebrating a good thing. So happy birthday, Gladys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gladys. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Awesome, 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 awesome. So happy birthday. God bless you. And may God bless you to invest, because today your birthday is at the right place. Investment corner with HFC Group. Yeah? So what are you going to, be the first one to tell us? What will you be investing in after all that talk and information? Yeah? I've been given a dynamite to give you. Before I explode it in your hands, you need to tell me what you're investing in. Yeah? So please take the leaflet and make sure you get something. I'll ask Jennifer, please come and hand over this gift have been given by HF Group to Gladys. Cameraman, we need a photo. And as many cameramen as possible. And we have a cake on Gladys. Here comes the cake. Happy birthday, Gladys. This was meant to be your dessert. And then the CEO said, 𝖔𝖗𝖎𝖌𝖊 𝖕𝖗𝖎𝖌𝖐𝑡. So makofi kwa CEO pia. Yeah? Alisema hiyo haitatosha over. He added more. Yeah? Happy birthday to you once again. That's how we appreciate people. That's how HFC does it for you. That is how Reading community appreciates their own. This is the Reading community not missing out on anything. So, andika birthday yako upe kwa community yako. Usimisiwe next time. Awesome. All right. And we're going to continue with the program. Let's hand over to the CEO to finish for us. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you and happy birthday. So, I'd like to just ask that we do something. So this one here is on every table. It has several things that you can scan and do. The first one is that you can share your details. We are not going to be able to speak to everybody who is here, but you'd like us to have a conversation with you. So the first box there is to scan and share your details for engagement. And our people will call you, will get you, and whatever conversations you might have, we will have that conversation with you. The second one is that you can open an account with us, and we start the journey with you. The third one is that you can view all our property listings there as well. You can view our property listings, and the fourth one, you can scan to view affordable housing listing. But now let me tell you something about affordable housing. Again, I don't speak for government. I am a professional. There is actually a lot of houses that are coming up under affordable housing. As HF, we are one of the companies that sell these houses. And we have about 5,000 houses today that we have been commissioned to sell. Okay, a lot of people don't believe they are there, but if you actually log in here, you're going to see a lot of those affordable housing. 1-bedroom house is 1 million, 2-bedroom house is 2 million, 3-bedroom house is 3 million. No, 3 bedroom, 3 million, 2 bedroom, 2 million, 1 bedroom, 1 million. And some of these houses are in very good locations. You can ask your relatives at home to log in to the government system. It's called Boma Yangu. Then when you log in, they choose HF as on the list, and we are going to help them to acquire one of the houses if they would like to. Now, again, when everybody else is doubting, that is when that in itself is an opportunity. That in itself is an opportunity. And somebody might be sitting somewhere in Kenya and thinking, maybe if I get a house somewhere. Now, I don't speak for government as I said, but where the truth is, I obviously am a professional, I'll just talk about it. And those houses are actually there. Good. Let's move on. I'm going to move a lot faster now because of time. The next thing I want to talk about is manufacturing. And don't think about big factories. Small scale, small manufacturing. You know, I travel a lot to different places, and there are 2 countries in the world that amaze me. One of them is India, the other one is China. I went to India recently, and I found a family that was making, guess what? Just behind their house, buttons. I can almost swear that any man here who is wearing a shirt must have a button. And you can imagine how many buttons people wear every day. So these guys were just making buttons. I visited another company in China that uses a space like this carpet here, and they make weaves. None of you are beautiful ladies. It's used a lot in Kenya. I'm not going to talk about here. I didn't know that weave normally is a very long roll, like a kilometer roll of hair in a katakatwa. It's long, like a big roll. Then you just cut, make weaves, make human hair, make whatever you guys call it. I visited a factory that makes that. And there are plenty of things that can be made inexpensively in Kenya. We import everything. So manufacturing, we are financing. This company, by the way, is a company I talked to you about that makes uniform. We are financing, we are supporting it in this one is in Nika, but we support very many of these. They make clothes in Kenya. So that small scale manufacturing, whether you want to do concrete works, you want to do whatever it is that you like to do, is also something that is a big opportunity that is coming up. The next one is, so that's just, the next one is what is called real estate value chain. And almost every one of you is involved in the real estate sector. Now, in the real estate sector, don't think about the very high end. That one doesn't have a lot of money in Kenya. First of all, the buyers are few, and the buyers are complicated, like yourselves. They want power backup generators, they want all manner of things. If you're going to invest in property in Kenya, do you know those like 10,000, 15,000 type houses?
Yes.
Those are the best investments. Don't build a house where you would live in. There's always somebody in Kenya who wants a roof over their head. When I started working, many years ago, I was maybe like 30 years ago, my father had taught me about investments in properties. And so my first investment in property was, guess what? Mabati houses. Mabati houses, there was a farm in Kitengela that was doing flowers. So I built Mabati houses. I can tell you a 50 by 100 feet, 36 houses. 12 doubles and 12 singles on this side. Nacho Ukombele and above. There's some people who just want a roof over their head. I made a lot of money. I later sold it. At one point I had 200 of them. And I was very young. And I was renting them out for 1,000 bob. So I was making like 5-6 times my salary then on Mabati houses. 5-6 times my salary that time on Mabati houses. Because my father told me many years ago, you don't have to build a house the one that you can stay in. You can build a house for the person who wants a house to stay. Anyway, later on I demolished Mabati houses and sold out the plots and moved on to other investments. But I can tell you, the best investments are not really the expensive ones. It's not even the Kilimanis of this world. If you want to build houses built in places like Utawala, like Zimmerman, like Ruiru, like those houses of like 10, 15,000, those ones you will never lack a tenant and you have spread your risk. You have spread your risk so that you don't have one tenant who holds you at ransom. That is what I would say if you are looking to invest in houses for rent. Or then you can build your own house when you're in Kenya, you can stay. But if it's for business, the lower end, the better, actually. Yeah. Because we always think about these expensive, nice, beautiful houses in Kilimani. Those ones are trouble, I can tell you, if you're an investor. It is the millions of people. Remember that number of 500,000 people who come to Nairobi every year. They have to be housed. Yes. And to the other towns in Kenya, they have to be housed. New houses must be built. And it's people like you. So for me, some of the places I have invested in housing as a person, normally I have to change the clothes when I'm going. I put on jeans and a funny shirt. Then I walk there. I park my car and I walk. Come check how things are going. And then I walk back and leave. But they are much more rewarding in terms of returns than the expensive houses you guys like. That is just advice for free. I'll send you a bill. So, where do we have properties then as HF? This place is called Sagana Residences, where there is Sagana 𝖔𝖓𝖊𝖉, the hotel. Inside the hotel area, if you come from that area, you can build yourself a fantastic home there. Because we have a property there, we are selling it for 1.5 million shillings, 2.5 million shillings, quarter acre, inside Sagana 𝖔𝖓𝖊𝖉, within the hotel premises. There is swimming pool for your kids. And when the hotel is full, you can actually get hotel residents in your house, in your property. And this road here, just go back. This road here is dual carriage now, from Nairobi. So if you come from that direction, this should be fantastic for you. We have just a few plots remaining to sell, and it's finished. Then next. This is Mangu Gardens. This one is on Thika Road, where this road is called Bob Harris Road, exit 16 on Thika Road. 2.5 million shillings a quarter. Fantastic, just go back. Fantastic land, go back. Fantastic land, this one. It's flying off the shelf. We have sold so many, and the titles are out. It's right off Thika Road, the expressway you turn left on Bob Harris Road. Then we have this is in Tigoni, fantastic, beautiful place next to 𝖋𝖓𝖆. Very nice. I think it's about 22 million there, 23 million. Half an acre. For the people who want to live in the leafy suburbs of the city. Next to 𝖋𝖓𝖆, walking distance from 𝖋𝖓𝖆 actually, in Tigoni. This one is in Gong. If you want to go do apartment blocks of apartments, and you want a nice, safe place to build a block of apartments, the ones I talked to you about. This one, it's about 9 million a plot. Sewer, water. You see? No. It's in Gong town, in the town. If you know Gong, when you get to Gong town, you go and find a T junction. On the right, you go to Kibiko. On the left, you go to Matasia. You turn right towards Kibiko, 500 meters inside the town. This one. It's also moving a lot. We are selling it like almost. By the time we come back, it will not be there. Then there is Clay City. This one is also the kind of plot I talked to you about earlier. Clay City. Clay City is as you are descending Doisamu. Before you get to 𝖔𝖓𝖊𝖉. On the right, Clay City. This one. This is for building apartments. This is for building apartments also. Also owned by us, by the way. These are houses. These houses are in apartments are in Ruaka. They're called Marana apartments. Those are also available. If you go to our website, you'll find all of these things. They are there. This is Limuru Business Park. This is in Limuru town, next to 𝖓𝖏𝖔𝖏𝖍𝖏, 8 acres for building apartments also. You'll see a lot more details on our website. It's also available for building apartments in Limuru town, next to 𝖓𝖏𝖔𝖏𝖏. And this is Balista. This is for a place to stay. This one is next around near Tatu City. Near Tatu City, we've been selling this for a quarter for about 8-9 million there. It's called Barista Gardens. It was 50 acres. It's remaining, I think, 6-7 plots now. But it will look like this when it's built. And it's controlled. We have even designed the houses. The roads are there. The water, power, tarmac road to the place is done. This is 𝖕𝖏𝖚𝖍𝖐. This is fantastic. This is on Thika Road and on Mombasa Road. For building apartments. These are actual houses. They look like this. We built some sample houses for people to see. But if you want us if you buy the plots, we are going to just connect you to these contractors. They build for you. And you'll find more details online. That's why I say that paper that is on the table, take a photo of it. You'll see a lot of properties that we have. Go on. This is Pahari. Pahari residence is almost done. It is 400 plots, remaining like 30 something. It is on Kiganjo Road, next to a nice dam, 1/4 acres, and these are actual photos. This is how it looks like as we do the completion of the works. These are actually finished. These we have sold now. They are over. Even that one is over now. Yeah, so those are properties, and we've got many more projects all over the country. So I just wanted to give you a taster of what we do from a property perspective. If you log into our property site, you will see a lot more properties there. So these are 100% safe. Nobody is gonna own you. Even if you send the money, you will find it. Even if you are not there to receive your title, we will keep it for you. There are people here, by the way, who finished their mortgages and their titles have been with us for over 10 years. Here, in this room. I'm not going to point you, but I know. Walishamaliza mortgages, na titles zao we have kept for over 10 years. You know, the other day I met a minister in the government. Akaniambia sasa, alimaliza, we have financed the family. Akaniambia title yake iko kwetu for 20 years. They finished their property 20 years ago. Wakasema sasa it's safer for the title to be the bank. So yeah. So I think that's about properties. Now I'm going to talk about general investment. So we can help you to invest in other classes of investments. If you like to buy treasury bonds, T-bills for government of Kenya, we can actually enable you, support you to buy. You can invest on your behalf. You just talk to Jennifer, put the money in your bank account with us, and we will invest for you. And we'll even advise you the best ones, either what is being floated in the market or even secondary market can invest for you your money. And the day you need it, we do the same. We can sell on your behalf and give you back your cash. So a lot easier to be able to build that will be with us. Now, if you'd like to borrow, if you have treasury bills or bonds and you want us to give you a loan against that, because you don't want to break your interest, we can also give you money for that, if you need urgent cash. Also, we can invest in Eurobonds on your behalf. Eurobonds are basically foreign currency denominated bonds issued by governments. So we invest in a lot of different Eurobonds for different countries. We can invest for you wealth management solutions, different wealth management solutions. We can do a combination of investments for you through what we call our wealth management function. We also have the savings accounts. Like we have got one that is like a money market fund. It's called Fanaka. Fanaka is an account that just is like a money market fund. It's high interest. So that is a product that competes with money market funds. Your money is safe, invested with us. I actually also like it myself. I use it because it's a good product. We also have a housing bond for those people. If you want to invest in a housing and you want to save for it, we have a very popular housing bond issued by us, and it's an account really that you can save for housing. And then I talked about landowner wealth management solutions. So you've got land, you want to unlock value from it, you can bring it to us, we can help you and advise you at the very least how you can offload the land. And we deal with everything. We have linkages with land offices all over, and our people go to the land offices every day. We have somebody going to the Nairobi land office in Nairobi every day. Kiambu, Kajiado, Thika, all the land offices around, we have somebody going there every day because we have a client who is dealing with land offices every day. So we know everybody from the land offices, from the minister to the PS, to the chief land registrar, to the registrars, to everybody. So if you have got, we can at the very least advise you on what you can do with your land. Yeah, and as I said again, one of the things we sell, the most important thing we sell is trust and credibility. We have been here for all these years, we'll be here for another many years. Long after I have gone myself, HF Group will be there. Companies have something called perpetual succession. Somebody was telling me that they met Frank. Who knows Frank? The person I took over from. Frank 𝖕𝖕𝖊𝖉. So Frank has served his son, and I'll also serve my own turn, and then somebody else will come, and their title will be safe. That's what we sell as a company. 60 years now, another 60 years to come. Yeah. Good. So how we can become a bank of choice? You can support with credit facilities, digital banking. You can bank from wherever you are. Even here, you can bank with us. Savings and deposits, money transfer solutions, but also very important, advisory. So I think that's really it from us. I will not go through all this. This is really what we offer. You can leave that slide there that you can read for yourself. I'm going to open up to questions now. I hope you understand your country a little bit better. The opportunity is there. Not just about HF, but about you and as an investor, but also some of the things that we can work together on. We'll be very, very happy to have conversations with you. So please log into this. Even if you don't have something in mind today, just kind of want to share your details for engagement, and we'll engage you and just try to understand, even to answer your questions about us. We are passionate about Kenya. We love the country, and it's a good country, I assure you. And don't worry, it will be fine. It is going to be okay. I can guarantee you. I've been a banker in the Kenyan market for the last 31 years. I started working when I was 20 years old in the bank. You can do the math. And I've seen all these times in and out, so it'll be okay. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, is it the alternative, I don't know what you call it, an alternative something, here.
Yeah.
So if I have like 500,000 or £1 million in my account,
yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's a good problem.
Yeah. So if I tell you, you invest it for me,
yeah,
you will do it for me.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can invest for you.
So first of all, you will understand, we take you to the different classes of investments. We will try to understand also your risk appetite, because some investments are a little bit more riskier, but the returns are higher, but some are a lot safer. So we just understand your risk appetite, and then from there we are going to advise you on the different ways that you can invest, and we can invest for you. And if you want to liquidate your investment, we will sell it for you at the same time and return back your money, of course. Yeah, we do that. So if you advise, our advice is largely free, but once you invest, obviously we also need to pay our bills. Yeah, but let me explain to you something that we believe in as a company. We believe, and you know the reason why I actually talked about the country and different investments that I didn't talk about HF only. We believe in something called use value. Use value means that for me, so that I have got to give you value so that you can return some value, can come back to us. So I wouldn't want to call you here, I come and spend the entire evening just to listen about HF. At the very least, I should try and make you, get you some value so that then you can feel that your time here was worthwhile. That's what we absolutely believe in as a company. So if you are going to do any business with us, it has to be on the basis that you are actually benefiting. And then while at it, if you benefit, then that way our company can also prosper and move on and grow. We believe in that 100%. So the advice, yes, we actually advise you about it. Jennifer and team will be here. They will link you up with very many other people. Staff, we've got about 800 staff who will then advise you in different things. If you find it nice, you continue that investment with others, then that will be okay. If not, we'll have given you some value, and that's okay. That's totally fine. We believe in that use value. Give. Some of it will come back.
My question is on KMRC. Why are we getting 80% while Kenyans are getting, the guys on the ground are getting 100%? That is a question people ask here. Why can't we get 100% on KMRC?
Okay, first of all, let me talk about KMRC. KMRC is a company called Kenya Mortgage Finance Company. It's a company that was formed initially by the government of Kenya to support the acquisition of housing for Kenyans, especially people who are investing in what is generally called affordable housing, which is less than 10 million shillings. So how it works is, KMRC gives money to banks like us at a certain rate, usually a discounted rate, and then we lend to the bank to borrowers that same money at much lower rates. Such that if commercial rates are like 15%, 14%, KMRC is 9.5%. It's about 5% less. It's basically a sort of subsidized. So KMRC receives funds from IMF, World Bank, government, some of it investment in government, and some of it has been invested by shareholders like us. Like HF is a shareholder of KMRC. I am actually one of the directors and board members of KMRC. So that's why I can speak authoritatively about KMRC. Now, to answer your question, why is it that diaspora people cannot get that? I didn't even think. They're getting 90. They are getting 90, but I don't even think that Kenyans get 100%. Everybody is 90. Yeah, everybody is 90%, and it's up to, and it's 15 million. Oh, nice. So it's 15 million maximum, and it's 90%, and it's the same for Kenyans. Actually, when you're borrowing as a diaspora person, you don't borrow as a diaspora person. You come with your Kenyan ID. You're a Kenyan. Yeah, so there's no difference. We don't say this one is diaspora, this one, sorry, I'm trying to get out of this. You don't say this is diaspora and this is, you are a Kenyan, you come with your Kenyan ID. And then you can be given money. At the same rate as Kenyan, as any other Kenyan. You don't separate diaspora and Kenyan. Kenyan, whether in Kenya or not, is the same. Yeah. You can actually log into 𝖕𝖑𝖏𝖏 and select an affordable housing yourself. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we finance it. Once you identify the house and you are allocated the house by the government of Kenya, then we come in and finance you to buy the house. Yeah, you log into 𝖕𝖏𝖏, you go and select HF on the drop down. There is a drop down for like you want to buy through HF, and choose the house, and then from there on we will then get in touch with you, get in touch with us, and we can progress the rest. We have an account called 𝖀𝖓𝖆𝖌𝖊 that is equivalent to 𝖕𝖏𝖏. You don't have, you actually don't have, really don't have to.
Yeah. I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to answer that question because I don't want to. I honestly think it's fair for you to deposit it for Mayangu. But we have an equivalent account called Nyumba Yangu that is classified as an affordable housing savings program. So money sitting in Nyumba Yangu can actually qualify as a deposit into your housing. Yeah.
When you register Nyumba Yangu,
Yes.
how much do you need as a deposit?
I think that has been reduced by the president recently. 90%. You need 10%. Yeah. 200,000.
But are you going to be in the process of allocating the house, or we have to go to the government?
So the government allocates the houses through actually the Gomangu portal, but once you have been allocated, everything comes to us now. In fact, we are the ones who will be selling to you the house. When you choose itself, because it's me who has asked you to log in, you log in, you choose itself, we are actually selling to you the house. Once you get allocated, we can actually help to follow up the allocation. But once you've been allocated, we are sales agents and financiers. That's the reason why we are in the government portal, because we are sales agents and we are financiers at the same time.
The question is,
yes.
I mean, this is the property I want.
Yes.
Yeah? And I got the 10% to put it.
Yes.
Any property anywhere in the country in Kenya. Can you help them?
Okay, let me explain. So,
the locations with government.
Yeah.
I know the property I want. Malindi somewhere, in a hotel, I want this flat. And I have 10%, can I invest?
Okay, those are two different things. Okay, let me explain. The government has a program called Affordable Housing Projects. These projects are very many projects across the country. Some are ready, some are not. About 5,000 houses are just about completed or completed. Those houses are available for allocation. So if you'd like to be allocated, you can just log in and choose the specific projects. And I can tell you which ones are ready. The ones that are ready right now is the one in, it's called Mukuru, but it's not in Mukuru really. It's in just behind this hotel. That hotel in Mombasa is called Panari. Just behind Panari there, Road C. You'll find the project behind Panari. So those houses are ready. Then there is another project in Machakos. At least I know those ones are the ones that are closest. There is another one coming up in Nakuru and all over the country really. But the ones I know that are ready now are those ones. So once you log in and you choose the house that you want to buy under the government housing, then you can get them allocated the house. But once you need, on the drop down you'll find the different people who can be able to process it. We are one of them. There are actually I think 20 different ones. So you can just choose us. Once you choose us, our team will pick it up from there. They'll see it. They'll pick it up from there, and then from there. But the actual allocation happens to the government. Now, at the point when you now need to be financed the balance, we can then finance it ourselves. Okay? You understand? Now, what our colleague was asking about is any housing project in Kenya. Now, if you want to be financed under KMRC, any house that is for residential purposes and that is less than 15 million, as Jennifer is saying, can be financed, whether it is under the government affordable housing project or not. Any house anywhere. You just come to us as a check, you say you have identified this house, it's in Nakuru, that's where you come from, you want to buy it under KMRC housing, we will process for you a loan and you are going to be able to buy it. Now, it can't be a hotel and it can't be for rental. Like it is basically supposed to be owner-occupied houses. Yeah, owner-occupied houses, and we actually have the funding ourselves, billions of shillings to finance that.
But you see, that's an issue because if you are here,
Yeah.
and you want to buy owner-occupied,
Yes.
you are not there. How are you going to square that box?
Okay, I can't tell you the answer to that question, but many people here know. It doesn't say that you stay there.
It doesn't say that you stay there the whole year. It can be your home. It can be actually your home, isn't it? Let me ask a question. Many people sitting here, they have homes in Kenya, isn't it? Are they occupying the home? Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you. I'll tell you, Mr. Yeah. So, we will not knock on your door to come and check whether you live there. So we will not knock. We will not do that. But we expect that it is your house. So it is disclosure, whatever you tell us.
Let me tell you something. Let me just give you another way of saying it. I have a home in the village myself. I have a home in where I come from in the village. I actually have a home. Now, I go there. Like now, the last 2 months I have not gone. The 3 months I have not gone because I have been traveling. And I will not go there maybe another 2 months. Is it my home or not? It's my home. Yes, that's your answer. Okay, maybe you can answer any other questions. Thank you for that question. It's a good question.
With if I have the plot, I want to do a cashew nut factory, but I have the trees, and I want to make the process from the fruit to cashew nuts in a bag. Is there a way that you can help in that process?
Yeah. There are 2 ways you can help. Number one, so you would have to have other income, other reliable income that you can rely on. When you're starting a business from scratch, banks typically shy away from financing a business from scratch because the failure rate for new business is very high. So we like to see that you've got another income, backup income, that you can use to pay the facility if this other one fails. I'm just again being totally straightforward. Now, but as your business grows, then and it kind of picks up, then we can actually be able to support you more. But initially, for us to support it, you would have to have another source of income that, if the business itself actually doesn't succeed, you can still be able to pay the facility from one. No, actually no. The building of the factory, because it's like we can provide the finance. Yeah. We can help to finance the factory construction, but to your specification, because we don't know about cashew nut processing, to your specification. But the payment of that facility would have to rely on another income, apart from the income from the factory. Yes. Because then failure rate for new business is actually quite high. So business banks want to hedge and see that if this business doesn't work, then we don't lose deposit as money in the process. Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is 𝖋𝖔𝖔𝖊𝖌𝖊. Thank you for coming to visit us, Reading. We're very grateful. Now, the question I wanted to ask was probably bringing you back to securities and investments. So if you're buying shares and managing them for someone, back in the day, we had a problem where you want to sell them and the market is not buying. So you've reached your peak and you're saying sell. Then you're getting the message that we cannot sell, no one is buying. Is that still a thing, or do you buy now for your customers and sell them later? So if I want to sell, I tell you, sell at this price. Are you able to execute that immediately?
So actually we don't invest in shares.
We do all these other investments apart from shares. We don't help people invest in shares. But we do government paper and all combinations of other investments.
but not shares. Now, shares will refer you to a broker. A broker. The licensing for shares is very different from these other wealth management solutions. Yeah. Shares is a different category. So in Kenya, they are licensed under stock brokers. Yeah. We are not a stock broker. Yeah.
Do you have information whether that's 50 split? Because that's a key in the conundrum. I want to sell, but they're not selling.
No, actually, so a good share stockbroker, like my stockbroker, will advise you that this is a liquid share, so it's traded a lot in the market, so you'll always be able to sell if you want. But obviously, the price is market driven. So sometimes the market is high, sometimes it's lower, like that. So sometimes it's the market that tells you you can't sell because you're going to make a loss. But a good stockbroker would advise you where to put in money and when to sell in fact. Like my stockbroker, if the shares I hold are going to have a problem, they tell me sell before the No, it's not insider trading. It's not even HF shares. If it is insider trading, if it is for HF. Now, the trading for me as Robert Kibara in the shares of HF is very controlled. There is a time, like sometimes I can buy, or and there are times I cannot. Like now, I don't think I can buy. I need to calculate the number of days from the time we issue our last results. So for me, it's totally controlled. That's what is called insider trading. But when I'm buying Portland cement or any of these other things, that's not insider trading. Your stockbroker will advise you when to buy and when to sell, and that is totally allowed. Yeah. Based on whatever information, I don't know how they're able to tell. Yeah. So get yourself a good stockbroker or use mine. Yes. Not as a CEO of HF, Yes. Yes. Yes.
When you're talking about houses, you were talking about not starting big, like high-end. So what would you say about education? Because we talked about like high-end, like schools and like long-term. What would you say would be something you as an entrepreneur would invest at a low scale in education?
So she's asking, what do you invest as a low scale in education? Now, this is not advice from the bank. This is just I'm a businessman. By the way, I consider myself a businessman first, then a banker. Number two. So, education. So if you want to invest in education, where do you start? It depends on how low you want to start. Let me give you an example. So, and if you want to do manufacturing or you want to do trading. Now, if you want to do manufacturing, you can manufacture chalk. You know, chalk is made from, you know that white thing that people normally pour when going for funerals, the coordination direction. That whitewash, that's what makes chalk is made from. You just add color and a mold and you make chalk. Then you pack and say, which school doesn't use chalk? So, and then you can decide to do the development of school materials. You can be able to develop, to do uniform, school uniform. You can be able to do technology as well that powers school, that delivers content to schools. It depends on also your own skill. But if you want to go a little bit higher, you can start a school. You can do a kindergarten. You can do a junior school. You can do senior school, you can do all the way to whatever you like to do. And you can, if you want to invest in education, you can start somewhere. But I can tell you, people take education very seriously. They can go without food for their kids to go to school, and therefore it's actually a good business opportunity. Just identify as a niche, an area that you want to focus on, either as a small part of the school or the program, or just running a school. Running a school is a lot harder because you have to build track record for parents to now bring their kids to school. So it takes longer, but once it shakes, it is actually quite a good opportunity. But you don't have to do that. There is so much that I have a friend who makes school shoes. She makes them from a small factory somewhere in Ika. School shoes. that resemble the ones that we used to wear in and she is doing extremely well. She makes the shoes and sells to schools. So there is a lot of opportunity in the schooling system, the education system, and there is a lot of underinvestment in the schooling system, so it creates a very big opportunity for investors wanting to move into that area. As I say, a good business, but let me also say a good business idea is not necessarily a good business. A good business idea is not necessarily a good business. A good business idea is made into a good business. It's made, so you have to learn a lot about it before you get into that particular area. But there is huge opportunity. I mean, people go out of their way to take their kids to school. It doesn't matter what level in Kenya people. And in fact, I see that more in Kenya and in India. Indians spend their last cent to take their kids to good school, and I see that in Kenya too. I've gone to countries where people are least bothered about education, especially African countries. Yeah. Good. Another question? I hope that helps. Okay. Any other question? About anything?
You mentioned about part of the high saving yields or high savings. You did mention about something like housing bound and stuff like that. Could you expand a little bit more on that? Yeah.
So we have an account called Housing Bond. It was started many years ago for purposes of enabling people to own homes. So Kenyans, how the Kenyans save is buy or own homes is they either save for the home or they build slowly over time. Now, so we have got maybe about 20 or so billion shillings that people have invested waiting to get a home to buy. That account is called Housing Bond, and it's basically for investment in housing. But if you don't want to buy a house, you can withdraw the money. It typically has two benefits. It has a tax benefit. From the interest, you pay less withholding tax, and then it has a slightly higher interest. And also, we have another account that is similar to a money market fund called Fanaka, which is basically for a high yield savings account that you can put in money there. And it pays you more or less like treasury bills, really, in terms of the return. So it's a good investment. You are allowed to withdraw only once a month. If you withdraw more than once a month, then you lose your interest. But only once you can withdraw, so that then the money stays in the account. Yeah.
But it's actually really good, and Jennifer and team can explain to you, and you can invest your money in that. Or we can buy then for you the Panaka account or the housing bond. Or we can then buy for you the treasury bills and bonds, either primary market or secondary market, invest for you, and the day you want to sell, we can sell for you. If you want to invest in euro bonds of other countries, we can invest for you as well. Yeah.
So what's your interest rate at Panaka?
I need to check, quite honestly, I don't have the rate. It depends on the amount. Yeah, it depends on how much has been invested. I need to check, I'm sorry, that one I don't have the answer. But it's a good return compared to the market, by far, yeah. Yeah.
Because higher.
That from a fixed deposit is that you get your interest credited monthly. Yeah, so it's flexible. It's not like we tie your money down for, let's say, 6 months or 1 year. So every month, and then that also makes it compound. So whatever you've added or the interest that has been credited becomes part of the principal.
Yes,
yes, it has a compounding effect. And then it's also in this pound. There's a pound one, there's a USD one, there's about 6 currencies. So it doesn't have to be Kenyan shillings. Yeah. And you just need to fill with one form for all of them. You don't need to fill like 6 times. Complete forms there.
Yeah. So if you want to just keep your money in pounds, that's a very good account. The day you come or you need it, you find it in pounds. Good. I think that's it from me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's it from me. Over to you. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate your time. We understand that time is worthwhile. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, thank you so much, Robert. Thank you, Reading people, Reading Kenyans from Reading. Thank you so much for attending. We really appreciate, we love having you, and we look forward to seeing more of you. So please tell your friends. We'll be in Manchester tomorrow. We'll also be in Guernsey on Sunday. We'll be in Jersey on Monday. It's a long trip. And then we are going to be in London on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you can share that with your friends. We really appreciate it. So I'll hand it back to TKDM for the next steps. Halima.
Thank you ever so much, HF Group, for educating us. I like this community, the number of questions. You know, these were people who were looking out to invest, they were looking out to find answers. And jipigieni makofi, honestly, you know, we just did come. And that's proof to the HF Group that you are not just coming here for filling in the chairs or filling in the numbers. No wonder you came beyond the number you said you'd be here. And thank you so much also. Like Reading, you can always expect, if you say, maybe 30 watakuja, but 30 inamaanisha 90. That is so good. That is so good. So next time, ukisema 30, tutafactor 90 all the way. Hallelujah. Yeah. So thank you ever so much. And we really want to also thank HF Group, Asanteni Sana Tena. But I'll leave that to the team to speak at the end. Now, we want to appreciate you. Reading ama niaje? Nianze kutisha sadaka. Nisaya sadaka. Sadaka for HF Group, yeah? Hawa watu ni solid, Jennifer, usijali. Unaona wako serious? Hawa usijali, sadaka yako itakuja kwa investment. Please, kama you want to open an account, you have an account that has an issue, Jane is waiting outside. Carry on and keep on seeing Jane while we are finishing off. And now we have not Sadaka time, but we really want to appreciate the HF Group. And the first person we want to appreciate is Jane, and she's out there, so we'll give her a few minutes, but we'll start with Jennifer. Jennifer, the smiling Jennifer. Yeah? Your smile fills the room. So I'm going to call the Vice Chair of the Reading Community, the Vice Chairman of the Reading Community, ako wapi? Simama tukuone. Zach, the Vice Chair of the Reading Community. Zach Okello. Zach Okello will be handing over a gift to Miss Jennifer. Thank you. Wacha niwapatie microphone huko. Watuambie vile wanataka kusema.
Yeah, it's been a very good session today. And apart from just selling the land, which nobody have in this session, people come here, companies come here and just sell the land. This is more than selling a land. I think the presentation was good, and I think we've taken a lot out of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okello. Thank you, Jennifer, for appreciating the gift. This is from the Reading community. Wote pamoja. Wote. Walishikiana pamoja. All right, and Jen, if we can ask you to please come in. And we're going to call the Secretary of the KRFD. The Reading community is big and super. So Jen, you're going to go to that corner and we're going to ask Miss Tina. Wapi Miss Tina? Yes. The Secretary, Miss Tina, will hand over the gift to Jane. Jane is over on that side.
Can I just say something before I give Jenny? Hello everyone. Mimi mtu mkono, literally. I want to say thank you so much for coming. And Mr. CEO, we have between 2,000 to 3,000 people when we hold our events. Pull up, have a tent. Unaona hawa wanakujaga na kila mtu, they know They bring their children, their friends. I don't know where if you have other branches like, I don't know, in Tanzania, do you have other branches outside Kenya? Not yet. Not yet. You see the person sitting behind you?
Yeah, I've just introduced myself.
She's from Tanzania, so that's a market that you're missing. But I would say have a tent, and I think our marketing team chairman is here. They can tell you some of our marketing videos of the event we had this year. I even say, for those who wanted to market, I saw vendors that on that video that I didn't even know they were there on the day because some of us were working. So pull up. That's the guy for you, the one seated next to you. Yeah? And apart from that, thank you so much for coming. You've done so well. And I can promise you, this is the best group I've ever seen. The people in here, they're the quality people I've ever seen for anybody who comes to sell for us. And for me, the Doubting Thomas, I'm sold. Okay?
I like that she finished with the Doubting Thomas is sold. In Akondani, yeah? That's awesome because yes, I think, like I said, the CEO did need to do more than educating us because a lot of us in here already said you don't need to doubt HF Group at all. So, and beyond that, there's the fact that HF has evolved, HFC, from HFC to so much more. Insurance, please don't forget. Let's take a leaflet because someone there was talking about insurance, and that's one thing that we really need to. I think you have your chair for the community bereavement and all such matters, and he's here, and those things are important to talk about. Let's not be unaware and let's not shy away from talking about repatriation and all that. And HF has said they are going to they are able to cater that for us. Then going forward, the last gift, of course, is going to be for the CEO. Thank you so much, Mr. Robert Kibara, for your kindness, the presentation, for information, and where there was no information, where there was not where to go to, you gave us your own thoughts, and those we have taken in. Asante sana. You're very easy in presentations. That's one. Sikuona mtu amelala. Nani alilala? Mulilala? We need to show, because we need to pay him kama mulilala. But it's interesting. That's awesome because even the young people are here and no one. It was engaging. It was awesome, and we appreciate that. You're a very good educator. That's also very important. These people, they're not easy. UK people. Trust me, these people are not easy. They know their thing, they know what they want, and when they come out, they want to know someone. If you're not solid, you're joking with the wrong people. But you did well. And we're going to call our one and only Ken to hand over a gift. He's the chairman of this community. And Ken has been a phenomenal, him and his team, they've been phenomenal in Reading, in incorporating the community with everyone who comes out. That's one thing we love about Reading, that you're growing and it's all coming from your community. Asante, will hand over to Ken. Yeah, hiyo iende vizuri. Thank you. Very good leadership in Reading, very solid community, trickles to everybody. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert, Jane, and Jennifer, HF Bank, for choosing Reading. I know there are so many cities that you'd have chosen, but you chose Reading as our hometown. We appreciate you, and I'm sure you feel at home in Reading. I had a challenge with a lady called Kamogo, and she was on my phone, on my call every time, asking, are you going to get 20 people? But Reading people have never doubted you with your friends. Thank you so much. Our unity is our strength. Those years back, we all knew those things, these big events would have happened in London. Today, in the last 3 years, we have hosted Equity, we've hosted Optiven, we've hosted Centum, we've hosted Tuma, Tattoo City, and the list is endless. I say, and I'm humbled, all this is because of our unity. United we stand, divided we fall. Thank you so much for your support and for making this happen. Before I make the announcement, I want to say this very special. I will not have a problem with this lipstick because my wife is here and she can see how busy it was. But I'm going to ask her to come and do the honors and probably pass on a gift to Robert's wife. So please, Jackie, if you bring that gift, and Hannah, if you do the honors. Thank you. Hiyo ni ya Mrs. Roma, kama ni aje. Ndio nimesema asione Kenya amepigwa na lipstick hapa, nasema pia Robert alikuwa kwa hiyo mix. Hapana. Sasa thank you so much Robert, and thank you and God bless you. And we look forward to having you in Reading many more times. We want Reading to be your London headquarters. Please. Thank you so much. Before I leave the stage, I'm going to make just 2-3 few announcements. One is we have an ordination of Pastor Ellard. Who is Pastor Ellard? Is it Ellard? Yep. Wow. That is on the 10th. On the 4th of October 2025, we are all invited. The next one is devotion, the praise and worship, on the 11th of October 2025, Winners Community Center. Please let us turn up in numbers. And then we have the Health Wellbeing Dinner. It's going to be held here on the 22nd of November 2025. All those messages will follow up, but please don't ignore. Thank you so much and God bless you. I love you so much. Thank you.
Wow, you're very organized, eh? You're such an organized community. Now, before we end, I just want to bring you to the attention of something. How many of you have heard about Bus 338, the movie? Bus 338, inua mkono juu. Huyu yuko mbele. Bus 338. Huyu kwanza ni questionnaire wetu. Chairman, huyu hakukulenga leo. Ana maswali kali sana. Bus 338. This is our own movie. It's Kenyan. And it's going. TKDM is proud to be the company that is bringing everybody to the attention of Bus 338, and we're going to be sending all the information to the Reading community to tell you where the premiere will be. It's going to be in Battersea. It's going to be big. Footballers. It's going to be gala. You know, Karen, me and you don't have 90s this year. So, with the people who know how to start their stuff at the 90s, in your 90s here to gala proper, you know. So please, for all Kenyans, everybody, please tell one another. We're going to send the information there, Bus 338. And you'll see the information there. It's a movie background and what it is, who are the actors. But the premiere will be in London in October. And we're going to send you the details. Tafadhalini, come out and promote your own. Please. Premier kama hiyo inaenda wazungu. Where are we? Please. Let's come and let's come out in numbers. Chairman, if you're there, CEO, if you're there, we will ask you to come. Chairman, ukose, tutakutafuta, uchekwe. Someone say, ukose uchekwe. But and with all that, I don't think we have much more. We are going to now call the spokesperson for the Reading community to come and give just a vote of thanks to everybody. And I think with that, the meeting will be closed. So, Banis Bore, if we can have Miss Banis Bore. Miss Banis Bore is also a spokesperson for nurses, Kenyan Nurses and Midwives Association. So welcome. But today she's here on the behalf of the Reading community. Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. Can I stand here so you can see me properly? Wow, wow, wow. What a productive evening. I've just come from work. That's why you see me looking the way I'm looking. But I don't regret a single minute I've been here. Normally, when you're asked to do a vote of thanks, you're supposed to be sort of thinking about summarizing what the main speaker was saying. But Mr. 𝖔𝖓𝖆𝖌𝖊, with all due respect, it was well chilled, and we just need to digest it. And I think it's been digested from the questions you've had in the room. And I don't want to spoil it anymore by just trying to say in words that I might speak in my mother tongue and speak in English, because it's come through the right way. So I'll just leave it like that, because I think it's been chilled, it's been well cooked, chilled. We just need to digest. But for me, as an individual, I have come out of here converted. I didn't know what HF was. I thought it was just a mortgage thing, which is what we know. And that is what I've known all my life, that housing finance, well, yeah, they're the ones that do mortgages and they help you get a house in Kenya. That is what I know. But wow, wow, as you're talking, my eyes are just opening and opening. So really grateful for that. My name is Barnes. I'm the spokesperson for Kenya Reading Family Fun Day, which are the ones that have facilitated the evening of today. And I believe I'm one of the leaders in Reading. I'll put myself probably in that bucket, but maybe the littlest leader, because there's many more. But I do sit with them around the same table, so probably I'll count myself in there. I also chair the Kenya Nurses and Midwives Association in UK, KNM, which tells you I'm a nurse. So it goes without asking, that's why I chair them. Because I can talk about paracetamol, but I can't talk about the stuff that you've been talking about here. But ask me how many paracetamols you take and how often, and I'll tell you that, Mr. 𝖔𝖓𝖏, very confidently. So, with that in mind, I would just want to, first and foremost, I want to extend a huge and heartfelt thank you to our guests, fantastic team from House and Finance, and on behalf of the whole team here in Reading and the community as a whole, thank you for choosing Reading to be your town of choice. And I think we are the first people that are getting the top cream. You know, when we were in boarding school, secondary school, no, boarding school, when the food came in the big pots, we used to run to be in the front of the queue so you can get the top cream with a bit of mafuta, but it came with a bit of weevils as well. But I can hear the people who went to boarding school here. You always try to get in front, because as the food goes down, the mafuta is gone. So I believe we've skimmed the top cream in Reading. So we are extremely grateful and humbled for you taking your time out this evening, and you've all been fantastic. And we look forward to working with you a bit more. Tina has talked about our events, which we will continue talking to you about, and we'll let you know what the offers we've got about the marketing strategies. We've got a marketing committee, which I'm privileged to sit in, but again, I'm the baby in that committee. But we will talk about it and see how we can continue working together. We've got, and also I want to say a huge thank you to all our community leaders, and to all of you, a huge shout out please for every single person who's here tonight. Some people have left, invited guests, friends, community members, and all those who grace the occasion. Your presence is highly appreciated, and we are humbled. Like Halima said, we were expecting 50, but when I was standing there, I was thinking, is that food going to go far enough? So really proud of you, Reading. We know we come out. We are very united community, and we are really trying together. We are really just a family, and when we want to do something, we do it. But if you are not interested, this room would be empty. So we can tell you that what you've been telling us
is worth it. So we're sort of a family in Reading, away from our families. Thank you. And that is who we are. If we want it, we will come out. If we don't want it, you'll find any of us. That is how we are. We are brothers and sisters. So again, thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule and being here. It's nights like this that, I put this one down, it's nights like this that really remind me what a great town Reading is and how great the Kenyans in Reading are. It's not just about the fantastic venues or the great transport links, it's about the people, and particularly the Kenyan people in Reading with our families and friends. And seeing everyone here together connecting and celebrating is just so wonderful. And I mean, it's just humbling, because there's a saying in my mother tongue that says you can cook, but not get somebody to eat the food. So KRF would have tried to organize this, but if people didn't come out, then it wouldn't have been a success. So we are really, really grateful. I would want to extend my thanks to TKDM. Halima, you've supported us all along. You've featured our events. Thank you. We've partnered with TKDM in most of the events that we've been doing, so really grateful. Dr. Moses Langat, is he still here? I think we just need to adapt him to Reading. Shall we just find him a room? Who's got a spare room, and then we can rent it to Dr. Langat, because he's becoming a part of the family now. And I would also want to give a round of applause to Ken Mwaura, who is the chairman of KRFD, who's kept us together for 10 years. Mr. 𝖔𝖓𝖊𝖉 and your team, we've just celebrated 10 years of Kenyans in Reading. We do an annual event every first Saturday of August, which is Kenya Reading Family Fun Day, on which we are sitting on that platform tonight, and we've just celebrated 10 years. 10 years is a long time for people having been together with a common goal, particularly in a foreign country where everybody is chasing the pound, and that's why we are able to bring that 650 million. Don't think that we get billion. I beg your pardon. Don't think that when we get to Israel we are given a brush and a sack to sweep the money, the pounds, the 650 billion into that sack. We work. We run from one job to another. We spend sleepless nights. We work long days despite being of our age. And there's never enough. So all those savings that you see us saving, we work hard for it. But even having to do all those shifts and put up with the weather and put up with the food and everything else, we still have been held together under the leadership of Ken Mwaura for 10 years, consistent, not missing one single year putting this event together that Tino was talking about, attracts 3,000 people. So really proud of that. I would also want to appreciate Chairman Peter Macharia, the Chairman of Kenyans in Reading Organization. Do you want to wave? Because you haven't stood down. So, Mr. CEO, you can see the people I sit with in the marketing committee, them too, so I'm just a baby. But I am privileged because I learn and I'll grow up. But the KRO is an organization that we do support one another, particularly during funerals and repatriation. So maybe that's something that we can talk about and see how possibly we could work together and just see how we could support our communities. I quite like what Zach said there, and that is what came straight to my mind. So I just wanted Chairman Peter to stand up so you can see who is the lead for that organization. And I cannot appreciate everybody by name, but please allow me to appreciate Bishop Boyori and Dr. Joyce. I know we've made here. Do you want us to wave? Our other Kenyan leaders as well. So I'm not going to name everybody, and I've not chosen the people to name by any means, so please don't don't take it that I didn't mention your name, but I want you to say, you put your name there. Thank you, Bernice, for coming to this organization, for this evening event. Shall we say that? Everybody, put your name out on my behalf. Thank you, Bernice, for coming to this event. Wow. So I've mentioned everybody's name in this room. Right, shall we put our hands together in the Kenyan way for our guest? Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Funga. Fungua. Karibu sana Redi. You can tell what era she comes from. Funga, fungua. Wow, do you know what funga, fungua that one is? When you clap and you tell people funga, fungua? Well, you better ask your mom. Yeah? It has a lot of meaning. Yeah? Anyway, thank you ever so much. And you don't need to go anywhere because the DJ is there and they've got something to keep that food iende kwa miguu kidogo before mwende nyumbani. Please let's interact. I know you all from Reading, but you might need to know each other. Once again, thank you Reading community. Thank you HF group. You are wonderful. Asanteni sana. And now it's the time to know my name. And by the way, I'm Halima. For those who wonder who's that Halima that sells tickets, I was actually told to say, yes, I'm the lady that sells you air flights also. Yes. So for those who have never met me, but I know I serve a lot of you from Reading, and someone said you don't tell us when you come to the communities, but yes, I'm the one, and I'm so grateful, forever grateful for your support. Thank you. Hello. We come from a place where we open with prayers and we also thank God for the day. Now I'm so excited about the food going to the legs. I'm forgetting who gave the food in the first place. Let's call Pastor Ira to close for us with prayer and then we can get all that going on. Pastor Ira.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Everlasting Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you. We honor your name for who you are in our lives. Thank you, Almighty God, for this meeting. You have facilitated everything, and we are all alive at this time. We thank you, Jehovah King, for guiding and protecting us, even to come from different areas from where we have come from. And now the time has come for us to depart from this meeting. And I pray that your grace will be multiplied in our lives. Until we meet again next time, Lord, we ask of your grace to go with us. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit we have prayed. Amen. And now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
And let's do it how we do it. Let's have all the leaders of Reading, Ken, your team, and the HF group, please take a picture together. Let them take that with them. And let's have all of us stand up together, take a picture with HF group because everyone will want to be part of that picture. You're on the table, but let's all stand. One corner, wafupi mbele, warefu nyuma. Let's take all a photo with the... That's how we do it, isn't it? So let's all quickly. Simama kama hujasimama, ama basi itakuacha. Basi ya picha itakuacha. Simama. We need to picture.